we'll see if this works. This is another new experiment. This is a different computer. I'm going to try to see if this will work and not be blurry. Thank you guys who have been patiently trying to follow me on YouTube. I'm going to do a different 20-minute yoga stretch than I did last week. And I have my girl Ula here. She'll be watching me. Hopefully I won't disturb her. She'll likely get up and walk away. She doesn't like it when I exercise in her space. So we're going to start with hands and knees. Hopefully we have a yoga mat. You may need a block and you may need a belt. I'm going to do some hip openers and stretches, and I'm going to use just an ordinary belt. All my yoga straps are out in the house. All right, so let's start with hands and knees. I like to start this way in case you're not warmed up. I just got off my bike, so I've been on my bike for about an hour. I'm kind of sweaty. All right, palms of the hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. The legs, the lower legs are the same distance apart as the knees. Pull your tummy up and drop your head and stretch through your back. And inhale, lift your head and your tailbone gently. As you exhale, round the back, drop the head, stretch through the shoulders. Inhale and lift up in cow pose. And just go back and forth a few times, just warming up your back and your body. I'm not sure if the music will play on YouTube. If you enjoy some nice quiet music, you could put that on while you're practicing. One more time, inhaling up. And this time as we come into cat pose, just pull the toes together. Bring your sit bones down to your heels. This is where if you don't find it comfortable, you could just put a block underneath your heels and put your forehead down onto the floor. You could also try it the other way around. Put a pillow or a block under your forehead. Just any way that you think you might be able to get a little more comfortable. Your hands might be comfortable here by your head or back down by your toes. Whatever you find is the most comfortable, that's where you should be. And you can rest here for a few breaths and then stretch the hands all the way to the front of your mat, engaging the arms, letting the weight of your body bring your sit bones down to your heels. And then on your inhale, come all the way forward and just bring your head up and let your body fall down towards the floor. If you want to come to an upward facing dog, press the tops of your feet down, strengthening your arms, giving yourself a nice back bend. Then drop your knees and exhale back into extended child's. Let's just do that one more time. It feels really good for me. Inhaling up and exhaling back. Stretching those arms forward, keeping them in place. Let's just bring the hands, keep the hands there, tuck the toes under, push the heels down, lift the sit bones up into downward facing dog. And if your calves are a little sore, let's loosen them up. Drop one knee and then the other. Walking the dog back and forth. My calves are a little tight. Just do that a few times. You can always put this on pause and do it a few more times, really pushing those heels down towards the floor. And then both heels to the floor, lifting up through the sit bones, opening up everything into downward facing dog. Let's put the toes together in downward facing dog. Let's look between your hands and I'm going to take my left foot forward. Yes. And I'm going to just go in to do some warrior poses, taking my back foot about to a 45-degree angle. My front left knee is tracking towards the inside of that front big toe. Inhale the hands all the way up into warrior one, rotating your hips towards the front of the mat. Relax the shoulders. Find the outside of that back right foot and press it into the floor. Take a big deep breath in, and on the exhale, rotate your body to the right. Arms are floating down level with the floor. Turn your head to look forward over that left hand. Third finger, pull your tummies in. Relax those shoulders back and down. Then drop your right hand to the right leg. Rotate the left hand up and inhale all the way up into reverse warrior. Exhale back into warrior two. If you can, arms are level with the floor, just like floating on a cloud.
And my variation of this is taking my right arm and windmilling it all the way forward as my left hand goes back, opening that right hip flexor. On the exhale, back into warrior two. Inhale to reverse warrior. Exhale back into warrior two. And windmill that right hand forward. Let's do that one more time. Really concentrating on that right hip flexor and the shoulders. Inhale. Exhale back into warrior two. Rotate that right hand forward, left hand back. And then let's take that left hand and bring it all the way up into a regular warrior one. Rotate both hands to the inside of that front left foot. All right. My foot's slipping here. I'm going to need a belt, so I'm going to bring that closer to me. That front left knee is still bent. Inhale that right hand all the way up into lateral angle pose. Turn your head to look up if you can, reaching up through those fingertips. And if you'd like to do extended lateral angle pose, bring that arm forward towards the front of the mat, and then inhale all the way back up into lateral angle pose. This is where I'm going to need a belt. I'm going to grab my belt and just lower my arm down my back. My strap is between my legs. Reach underneath that front left foot. Grab the belt and open up that left hip flexor. Turn your head to look up. Breathe. And then release that left hand to the floor. Inhale the right hand all the way up into lateral angle pose again. Windmill that right hand forward to the floor. Then find your left sit bone. Pull that left sit bone back. You may need a block. I'm going to use them because my legs seem to be pretty tight this morning. Pull that left sit bone back, straighten that front left leg, and inhale the right hand up into triangle pose. My arms are shaky. I did an arm workout this morning. Keep rotating that left sit bone back. Keep reaching those right fingers up. Turn your head to look up if you can. Then windmill that right hand back down to the floor. Pick up your left hand and put it on the outside of that left foot. So now we have one hand on each side of that front left foot. Drop your head down towards the floor and your knee. Leaving your right hand on the floor on the inside of that left foot. Inhale the left hand all the way up into revolve triangle pose. And then windmill that left hand back down to the floor. Walk your hands forward as you bring your weight forward on that front left foot. And inhale that right leg all the way up into the air. Standing head to knee pose. Then just let that right foot float down to the floor. We're back into forward fold. Inhale the hands up to the knees, coming into flat back. Exhaling all the way back down into forward fold. Inhaling all the way back up into mountain pose. And exhale into namaste hands. And of course, we'll now do the other side. Let's come into hands and knees. Just in case you created any tension in your back, let's do a little bit of cat-cow again. Inhale the head up, rounding the back, stretching into cow. Just a few more times. Last one. This time, put the toes together, bring your sit bones down to your heels, forehead to the floor. And let's reach those hands forward in extended child's pose. And then inhale your weight forward. And in a modified up dog, or come into your full upward facing dog. Drop your knees down and exhale back into child's pose. Inhaling forward into whichever version of upward facing dog feels good for you. Drop your knees down. Just bring your weight back part way this time. Tuck your toes underneath your feet and bring your heels back down. Am I bothering you, Ula? If your calves are still a little tight, you could still do a little walking the dog. And then push both heels down, lifting those sit bones up. Let's look between, let's bring the feet together, look between the hands. And this time we'll take our right foot forward. Our left foot goes out to the side at about a 45-degree angle. And we'll do warrior on this side first. Inhaling the hands all the way up into warrior one. Exhaling into warrior two. Inhaling to reverse warrior. Exhaling back into warrior two. Windmilling that left hand forward, right hand back. Exhaling back into warrior two. Inhaling reverse warrior. Exhaling back into warrior two. And windmilling that left hand forward, right hand back. Hi, darling. Hi, can I finish this? Let's bring that right hand up into warrior one. Rotate the hands slowly with control to the floor, to the inside of that front right leg. Inhale that left hand all the way up into lateral angle pose. If you'd like to do that extended lateral angle pose, bring that left arm forward and all the way back up towards the sky. And this is where, if you want to have a belt, you can grab your belt and drop your arm down your back, letting the belt come between your legs, releasing the right hand underneath that right leg, grabbing your belt and opening up that right hip. You can turn your head to look up, stretch and open. Then we'll release that right hand down to the floor, left hand all the way back up into the sky. Windmill that left hand to the floor, both hands to the inside of that front right foot, with or without a block. Bring that right sit bone back, straightening that right leg. It's going to be tight, at least it is for me. And then if you can, release that left hand all the way up into the sky. Pulling that right sit bone back, stretching the back of that right leg. Then windmill that left hand to the floor. Replace the right hand on the outside of your right foot, left hand on the inside. Drop your head to your knee. And then if you can, inhale the right hand up into revolve triangle pose. Turning your head to look up, trying to keep that right leg straight by pulling that right sit bone back. Shouldn't be any pressure on your knee if you're pulling from the sit bone. Then rotate that right hand to the floor. Bring your weight forward and pick up that back left foot, stretching up through the ball of the foot, balancing on that right leg. Slowly with control, let's bring that right foot to the floor into forward fold. Just hang there for a moment, letting your body weight stretch through your back and your hamstrings. Inhale to flat back. Exhale to forward fold. Inhaling all the way back up into mountain pose. And exhale to namaste hands. Let's just do that short version of Taiganga. Inhaling to mountain. Exhaling to flat back. Swan dive into forward fold. Inhale to flat back. Exhale into forward fold. Inhaling all the way back up into mountain pose. And exhale to namaste hands. I'll do that one more time from the side view. Inhaling to mountain. Exhaling to flat back. Swan dive into forward fold. Inhale to flat back. Exhale into forward fold. Inhaling all the way back up into mountain. And exhaling to namaste hands. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to press like and subscribe.